U2 C4L7, dividing fractions. Here's Mrs. Benoit.
Hi, did you miss me? It's been a few videos, hasn't it? This is dividing fractions, and your learning target is that you will be able to say, I can divide fractions and mixed numbers by the end of this lesson. We have two target problems. You will see this again at the end, so don't feel like you have to write them down right now. But by the end, hopefully you can do these. So let's have a look. To divide fractions, we're actually going to go back to what we know and turn it into multiplication. But there's a trick. You have to multiply by the reciprocal of the second fraction. For those of you who are in my class, we did a poster on fractions and we've talked about reciprocal. But if you haven't talked about reciprocal, here's what it is. You take the fraction, and the numerator is the top part, denominator is the bottom. You're going to switch them, or some people call it flipping the fraction over. So the denominator becomes the numerator, and the numerator becomes the denominator. When we do this in division, we only take the reciprocal of the second fraction, okay? So in this problem, we have 3/5 divided by 9/25. Drop down the first fraction, change your division to multiplication, and then take the reciprocal of the second fraction, 9/25 becomes 25/9. Now we're going to use what Mrs. Purdue told us about in multiplying fractions. We could multiply the numerators and the denominators, or look to cross-simplify or cross-cancel. In this case, I have a 3 in this numerator and a 9 in this denominator, so I'm going to divide by 3 on both. 3 divided by 3 becomes 1. And 9 divided by 3 becomes 3. 5 and 25, 5 in the denominator, 25 in the numerator, we can divide by 5. 5 divided by 5 becomes 1, and 25 divided by 5 becomes 5. So now we have 1 over 1 times 5 over 3. 1 times 5 is 5, 1 times 3 is 3, and we have 5/3. That's improper, so we will take that, or you can change it to the mixed number, which would be 1 and 2/3. Let's look at a couple examples. Okay, we have 1/3 divided by -5. For a problem like this, I would first just rewrite it with the division and writing -5 as a fraction first by putting it over 1. That way you can see when you take the reciprocal of the second one what the flip will be with the numerator and the denominator. So now I will rewrite it again. Drop down the 1/3, division changes to multiplication, and -5 over 1 becomes 1 over -5. If you look at this multiplication problem, there is no cross cancellation that can go on because you have 1s in the numerator, so you're just going to multiply across. 1 times 1 is 1, 3 times -5 is -15. So -1/15 would be your answer for this problem. Our second example involves a fraction and a mixed number. So the first step would be to turn the mixed number into an improper fraction. Again, you're just going to rewrite the first part, rewrite the division. 3 and 1/3, 3 times 3 is 9. 9 plus 1 is 10, so it becomes 10/3. This is the improper fraction. We have not done the reciprocal yet. That's why it's important to write this step separately, changing your mixed number to the improper first. Now we're going to rewrite with the reciprocal. So the 2/3 comes down, division changes to multiplication, and 10/3 becomes 3 over 10. Look for cross cancellation. Do you see any? There is some in this one. The 3's can cancel out, divide by 3, divide by 3. So those would become 3 divided by 3 is 1, same down there. 2 and 10, both even, divide by 2. Divide by 2. 2 divided by 2 is also 1, and 10 divided by 2 is 5. So we have 1 over 1 times 1/5. 1 times 1 is 1, 1 times 5 is 5. So 1/5 is our answer. So now we're going to see if you can hit the target. We have two problems here. Watch your signs with the negatives. Remember those rules from Unit 1. And using the reciprocal. Don't forget about that flip. Good luck.